Pardon.
The question I wanted to ask you today is, first let me introduce myself. Name's Nana.
Andrew.
Andrew, yes. I'm a disability advocate, so I'm coming from the aspect of employment.
Bless you. Yes.
Where I see that people who are employed who are disabled, their voices aren't heard.
Yes.
Or if their voices are heard, it doesn't go far enough. My question to you is, do you think, one, Lewisham as a borough is diverse and open to disability? Secondly, do you think people with disability in employment are given all the opportunities that they deserve, or should more be done? And if so, what?
Yeah, okay, three parts to the question. And in all cases, I'd say in the first instance, yeah, I think compared to maybe a generation ago, and I'd say approximately 20 years or so ago, Lewisham has, I think, made some progress. Because there was a time where they did not have any kind of, what you could say, clearly definitive equal opportunity policy. Right? The best you saw was just a vague reference to people who may be identified or who have disability, and then it therefore put people who are registered disabled in a dilemma. Should I declare, right, my disability in maybe seeking to access employment or other important opportunities, or should I try to conceal it? For some that was possible, for others, yeah, it was far more difficult, almost near impossible. But I think the council actually making some progress towards somehow seeking to increase or to extend its notion of inclusivity by also, seeking to kind of, recruit more people with disability. I think they've made some kind of step in the right direction. However, I think that there are still significant shorts of it being what I would say equitable, because you then need to go and look at the statistics of people who are just registered disabled in terms of their employment or doorways opening or gates or opportunities, and you will see that there is still, right, a huge difference between those who are able-bodied, right, and those who are disabled. So those statistics alone tell us that yes, we're still a long way short of what we would consider to be more fair and equitable, right, in terms of recruitment.
You're not saying that. Do you think that a curriculum should be brought in schools to highlight disability?
Certainly, because it is about justice. It is about social justice, and just as I see it as important to actually the curriculum to reflect the diversity in our society in terms of people from different ethnicities, different regions of the world, etc. I think that kind of diversity should also extend to other pupils, irrespective, right, of whatever might be the challenges they face within their life, because ultimately we're looking to actually educate and support and encourage and empower all young people to eventually take up their rightful place in society according to their range of abilities. So I think certainly the school could do a lot more.
And if you had one advice to give to someone who has a disability, who feels that the social model doesn't care about them, the medical model, about 40% they have to go in and have their checks and all that, what advice would you give an individual?
Right.
Or an employer?
Right. Some very obviously. I think it is to kind of, stay the course. Yeah, I think, don't let anybody, right, destroy, right, or prevent you from trying to fulfill your aspirations. If I might draw a parallel, it's very much like what you had with the civil rights in America, where you found black people were up against so many different barriers, right? But the key was to keep use that term from the civil rights, keep your eye on the prize. keep your eye on your goals,
Yep.
right? And don't see yourself as, right, somewhat inferior, deficient, or less able than anyone else, right? But to keep going, but also to seek to sort of build solidarity with other people who share similar kind of, perspective, characteristics, of aspirations, share some sort of passions, share similar kind of, political interest, because it is also a political issue, of course, right? So build some solidarity around that. And I think third is to begin to kind of seek to try and engage the movers and shakers in our society. Right? Because they're the people who quite oftentimes are in a very strategic position to influence policy. Right? And I think by doing so, hopefully that momentum will keep going. But the important thing is not to kind of give up. Right? But to keep the fight going.
Blow up.
Bless you, my brother.
Thank you, brother.
Yes. All right, my brother.